This is the Grand River Studio Sessions on LCC Radio 89.7 and LCC TV. And with me in the studio today are the guys from Vandalay, Ben and Jake. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for coming in today. So the name Vandalay, my first question. So where did it come from? Maybe some famous sitcom I'm hearing?
Yep, Seinfeld. It's definitely a Seinfeld reference. Jake and I are both big fans, and we were searching for a name for so long, and just kind of stumbled upon that one day, and we were like, yeah, that sounds great.
It's all about the Seinfeld.
Yeah, we had been in a band before called Cadillac Casket, and just by the sound of the name, it sounds very dark and very just like loud. And when we transitioned over into this period of playing live, we wanted a name that wasn't so specific. So we loved Vandalay right from the start. We just wanted to have fun with it.
People seem to like it. And the older generation of people that find us and listen to us get it, and the younger people don't, but it still sounds cool.
Well, that's the thing, is it sounds cool even if you don't know the reference.
Right.
And then it's even better when you realize what the reference is.
Yeah.
It does.
Like it.
It sounds awesome. So you guys have a new album, most recent album called Flicker, just came out. Talk about how recording that, and now you guys are a duo, right? So talk about recording that and kind of the process that went through those different things.
So the writing process, a lot of the record is influenced by the fact that we are a duo now. And we had a lot of thought before we even started writing about, okay, how are we going to cover the low end of our songs live? And that influenced the way the record turned out sounding because, as you saw, we do a lot of digital bass now, a lot of keyboard layers, things like that. So that influenced this new record's sound a lot. But we also wanted to stay true to our roots, our rock roots. And so there's obviously the crunchy guitar going on. And we think it's an awesome blend, and it's going to keep moving us forward.
Absolutely. And you guys started off as a 4-piece, right?
Yes.
And then went down to 3.
Yep.
And now we're down to 2. What, like last man standing? What's going on here? Like who's gone next?
Yeah, what's going to happen next?
see.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like you said, maybe a robot will do all of our parts.
Yeah, that would be easy. Just get a robot to go up on stage and do everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
2017, watch out for that.
you heard it here first. So ever since not having a bassist, has that been really challenging for you guys, especially when you play live?
Yeah, it's a new, gives it a new element. Definitely throwing a wrench in everything before, but we're able to manipulate the bass parts. Jake will play some bass part on a synth, give it that digital bass feel. Still comes out really low end. And then sometimes I'll have it, one of my guitar signal I'll send to a bass cab and manipulate it to give it, that bottom end, that low end that feels, nice and good.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of a reverse technique of what Royal Blood does. Are you familiar with Royal Blood?
Absolutely.
It's kind of reverse of that because he's a bass player and he adds an octave up, and it sounds so cool. It's got a very distinct sound. So we're big fans. We saw them in Chicago at Lincoln Hall, just on the cusp of their just absolute blowing up huge.
Yeah.
And we were floored, and that was kind of the period where we were like, all right, we got to start thinking about how we're going to do this. And we looked at that and we're like, there we go.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of research on a lot of 2-piece bands and found they're doing a lot of interesting things. There's a lot. Obviously the Black Keys have been doing it for a while. There's a cool duo from out west. I like Little Hurricane. They do some really cool stuff. Obviously, like you just said, Royal Blood. I mean, we're starting to see this trend, or have been seeing this trend for the past few years, and technology makes it easier. And Jake and I have been playing for over 10 years now, so we kind of have that understanding of like, how do we make things work?
Right.
We're going to keep making things work.
So in other words, Jake playing keyboards and having all the synth and things like that, that was kind of inspired by becoming a 2-piece, maybe?
Yeah, even more so now. When we were a 3-piece, it was so actually we played a competition here locally in Lansing called the Homegrown Throwdown, and we got assigned in the final round. We got assigned a cover, and it was by Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb by Pink Floyd.
Nice.
And you think about Pink Floyd, and immediately it's like, oh man, how are we going to get all those strings and keyboard patches and everything? And I started piano when I was 5 and drums when I was 10, so I'm very confident in both. And it dawned on me, wouldn't it be cool if I played both at the same time? Drums and cover drums with my feet in my right hand, and then keyboard with my left hand. And that was sort of the first time I ever did that, live anyway.
Yeah.
And it just kind of snowballed from there. Starting Over, that record has that peppered in throughout it. And then obviously Flicker has tons of it on it now.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of playing it up to our advantage as a unique thing that we do. Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, let's listen to some more music. You're listening to the Grand River Studios session on LCC Radio 89.7 and LCC TV. We'll be right back.